Hi, everybody. My name is Jen Ochnen, and welcome to episode 17 of my 30 Days of Wellness Alives. I am a former run on Duncan gal, totally stressed, no energy, gaining weight, to now a certified integrative health practitioner. And I focus all my client work on women 40 up who are struggling with weight loss, feeling good each day, need to balance their hormones, dealing with some crazies, and just really want to feel healthy, sexy, strong, and confident. So I wanted to come on here each day to, number one, get over my fear of going live on LinkedIn, but number two, get to meet more of you, get to have a dialogue, get to actually have some, interaction. Everything is so AI and perfectly airbrushed and blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at my roots, right? I seriously have got to go get my hair done. That's all I can stare at right now. But I just wanted to have a dialogue and get to know everybody and let you get to know me. And hopefully we can all get a little bit healthier together. So today I really want to talk about fiber. This comes up a lot when I'm talking with my clients, especially if we're talking about, number one, maybe they're not going to the bathroom the way that they should, or number two, they are getting hungry between their meals and their snacks. So as I'm checking what they're eating, one of the things that I'm always looking for is there enough fiber? So first of all, let's talk about fiber and how important it is. Number one, again, fiber helps you feel full, right? So if you're trying to burn fat, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to maintain your weight, fiber is a critical nutrient that gives you that feeling of satiety, right? And that's going to trigger your leptin hormone. Not sure what's going on with the lighting here. Oh, the sun just came out. I'm overly lighted. Here we go. Sorry about that. So what I mean is we have two hormones, our ghrelin and our leptin, right? Ghrelin, that is our hunger hormone, right? It signals us that we're hungry. It's time to eat. Leptin is our fullness hormone, right? So when we are incorporating fiber throughout our meals and throughout our snacks throughout the day, it's going to help with that hormone kicking on appropriately and help us really manage our portions and manage our appetite, right? So how much fiber should you be having? These are just some general guidelines. And of course, it depends if you're a guy, if you're a girl, kind of how old you are. But if you're getting anywhere between 20, 25, 30 grams of fiber a day, you're doing great. You're doing absolutely fantastic. Hey, Wayne, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. And yes, if you are watching this on replay, hello to you. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Please comment below #replay. And again, if you have questions, I will either answer them during the live stream or I'll see your question in the comment after. So getting back to fiber, how much should you be having? So there's lots of studies about this. And again, it depends on how much you currently weigh, if you're guy, gal, etc. So again, anywhere from 20 to 25 for a woman, anywhere from 30 to 38 if you're a guy, is a great range of fiber that you should be getting. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, girl. So once you turn 50 as a woman, that can go down to maybe 20 grams. So really anywhere between 20, 25, and 30, and you are a rock star. And most Americans, based on several studies, most Americans, especially if they're following the SAD diet, the standard American diet, they're getting about 10 grams of fiber a day. So I want you to kind of keep that number in mind. So basically we've got about, half the fiber intake, right? But we have a lot of people who are hungry, they're having cravings, they're overeating, right? So lots of times overeating is that crossing of the hormones of the ghrelin and leptin, and they're kind of out of whack. So can you see how adding fiber to your diet can help with all of those problems? And, if you are lacking in fiber, right, this is really something that helps you manage your blood sugar too, right? And also, it's going to help reduce your chances for things like heart disease and stroke. And because of the impact on managing blood sugar, it's going to lessen your impact of developing insulin resistance, which of course leads to type 2 diabetes. I've been mentioning those things a lot as I do this kind of health education series, right? So think about that. Most people, most Americans are only getting 10 grams of fiber a day. Now, fiber is, if you're working towards a goal to be fitter, to be more fit, and everybody, at least for me, for sure, I want my abs to fit. I hate my little minnow belly that I've got a little one now that I'm working on too. It's important to have a lot of fiber because it's going to help what? With your digestion. So many women are constipated. Yes, I know it's LinkedIn and I'm talking about constipation. Hello, people. This is important. This is about your health, right? So you have got to be going to the bathroom at least one time a day. It's not sexy to talk about, but let me tell you, you're going to feel fabulous, right? Because what happens when you're not going to the bathroom? Bloated, uncomfortable, just blah. And also from a hormone perspective, think about it this way. If you've watched any of my shows about autophagy, right? I did those 3 episodes in a row on detox, right? And we're talking about phase 1, phase 2 liver detoxification. What's happening there? One of the roles of the liver, right, is you are taking a fat soluble toxin, converting it to a water soluble toxin, and that way your body can remove it. Also, your liver is helping bind up excess estrogen and moving it through your body. And when do you get rid of that excess estrogen? When you go to the bathroom. So if you are all bound up, Kathleen, I'm cracking Kathleen up. Okay, this is important, Kathleen. So if you are constipated and you have excess estrogen, like say you are suffering from estrogen dominance and all the symptoms of estrogen dominance, right? It's going to get even worse if you're backed up, because then excess estrogen can be reabsorbed into the body and it makes that ratio even worse, right? So have I given you guys enough reasons to make sure that you're paying attention today, right? Put your phone down, right? Turn off everything else. I'm giving you 20 minutes here to clean up your diet with some fiber. Okay. So if you're just joining me, this is all about fiber, how much you should have, why you should have it, and ways that you can add more to your diet. So we've talked about the why and why it's important. And I want to talk about just simple and easy ways that you can add it in. So the first thing is the most obvious thing. We talk about whole grains, right? If you're eating white bread, like Wonder Bread, like that processed stuff that you can squish into your hand a little while, please stop. That has got to be the worst, most nutritionally bankrupt food product that is on the shelves out there. Just stop, please. If you want to have a nice white bread, good, have a nice white bread, right? But try and have it with a little bit more whole grain in it. If you want to go heavy on the whole grain, Dave's Killer Bread, Ezekiel bread, sprouted grain bread, the taste is a little bit richer, right? But it all depends on what you're putting on the bread, right? But whole grains are a fantastic way to get more fiber into your diet, right? Because I'm going to be talking about real food, right? I'm not talking about like Metamucil or FiberCon, or I don't know if I should be even saying brand names, but you know what I'm talking about. All those things, that gritty, terrible stuff you can drink, or those pills. Let's go with the food as medicine approach. Y'all know I'm huge with that, right? If you saw my seed cycling show, you know I'm about food as medicine. So real food, right? So whole grains, right? Bread. Another way that you can get whole grains in is, what about oatmeal? What about really good oatmeal? I'm a huge fan of Bob's Red Mill oatmeal. It's gluten-free. It's certified gluten-free, right? In case people who have celiac, right? But mostly it's gluten-free anyway. So oatmeal, amazing way to add fiber to your diet. So think about it. If you were going to make a swap where you're doing kind of a sweetened cereal with really no fiber in it, and you made a swap for oatmeal, that's a tremendous add right there, probably 5, 6, 7 grams of fiber, right? So you're starting the day ahead of the game. Plus, it's really good for managing blood sugar because it's slow digesting, right? Not a big spike in blood sugar, right? So super healthy there. I do want to address the point about gluten sensitivity, all that sort of thing. So one of the things that I do with my clients on the last half of the Fatigue to Fabulous program is we kind of do a graduation of like a 21-day functional medicine detox. And we remove foods that drive the highest level of food sensitivities, right? You see my show where I was talking about IgG reactions. A food sensitivity is different than a food allergy, right? So what are the things that drive food sensitivities the most? It can be gluten, it can be dairy, it can be soy, it could be eggs. It could be, it can be grains, right? So, though, you can tell if you're having a food sensitivity, right? If you're having gluten product, if you're having whole grain bread and it's really bothering you and it's really bloated and whatnot, then, consider having less or swapping it out for something else on the list that can give you more fiber. Okay. So there's also a food sensitivity test that you can have to see if you have a sensitivity to a certain food. I don't. I'm really lucky. I'm not sensitive to dairy. I'm not sensitive to gluten, anything. I'm actually sensitive of all things to vanilla beans. I'm not supposed to have vanilla bean for about 6 months to see if my body's reaction will calm down to it. Vanilla beans, pineapple, and sesame seeds. Go figure. So whole grains, first one. Second one, let's talk about vegetables, right? If you want to be ideal standard healthy, 7 to 9 servings of vegetables a day is ideal. And I'm talking about like half cup servings, right? And if you're eating 3 meals a day, that's 2 to 3 servings of vegetables per meal. If you're adding like greens into your smoothie in the morning, right? We'll talk about smoothies in a minute. That's a great way to add them in. Putting a couple vegetables on your plate, making vegetables more of the star of the show, right? That's a great thing, right? Get that color on your plate. And a lot of the fiber, of course, is in the skin of the vegetable. So what do you do, right? If you're going to leave the peel on, right? Wash it really good, right? Whether you're doing it in a little bit of salt water or you're using apple cider vinegar, however you're cleaning your fruits and vegetables when you bring them home. But for me, if I'm going to eat the peel, I will do it from an organic vegetable versus one that is conventional, right? Less pesticides, less toxins. But that vegetable peel, of course, has got a lot of fiber in it, as of course does the whole vegetable. So whole grains, veggies, right? Let's talk about fruit. Fruit, same thing, right? Eating the peel is great. Eating the whole fruit is fantastic. You're getting all of that fiber. Let's talk about juicing for a second. Getting a little off track. So juicing versus like, say, having a smoothie, right? A lot of people, when you do juicing, right, you can juice down a bunch of veggies to get like 1 to 2 servings of juice. This is my opinion on juicing, okay? You are removing all the fiber, all the plant cellulose material, all the good stuff when you're just getting the juice. And the reason you feel so good afterwards isn't necessarily because all the vitamins that are in it. It's because of all the sugar that's in it, right? I am not anti-fruit in any way, shape, or form. I am just about eat the whole fruit. Don't just go for the juice, because if you do that, you're getting a huge spike in your blood sugar. And what happens if we don't burn it off? It's stored as fat. Juicing can make you fat. Okay, my opinion. I'm sure there are several people who do it very carefully. So as all the advice that I give, you got to think about what you're doing, look at your diet in total, and what your goals are. Okay, so again, I'm not anti-juicing, but for most people, it's so much more beneficial to have the whole fruit, which is why I love smoothies, right? Smoothies, you're getting the whole fruit in there. And okay, let me give you an example. Remember I said most people are getting around 10 grams of fiber a day, right? Because they're eating crap, the SAD diet. Raspberries, organic raspberries. 1 cup of organic raspberries is like 8 to 10 grams of fiber. You add a couple raspberries to your smoothie that maybe you're already adding some other great stuff in and a great protein source, and you've got some healthy fat, like maybe chia seeds, right? Chia seeds are amazing to add to smoothies because they're full of fiber and they do have healthy fat in them. So you've got this amazing, protein, fruit, fiber-rich smoothie that you're having that's really nutritionally balanced versus just having a glass of juice. Okay. So whole grains, vegetables, think about the peels, and your fruit, not just the juice, the whole fruit. The last one that I want to talk about is what was on my list. I'm trying to think. Oh, nuts. Nuts are amazing, right? Nuts are have anti-inflammatory properties. They are healthy fats. They're very calorie dense, though. So you want to watch how many you have, right? So think about 8 to 10 almonds, cashews, things like that. You can chop them up, have them slivered, add them on top of a salad. You can even add fruit on top of a salad in the summer. That's the perfect time to do it. Add some berries, add some nuts on top of it. It's just amazing. Pumpkin seeds and chia seeds. Kathleen, did you download my seed cycling? Because you definitely should be doing the seed cycling right now. And that's when you're doing the pumpkin seeds plus the flax seeds. And then you're doing the sesame seeds and the sunflower seeds. So definitely download that and take a look. So awesome though with adding the chia seeds because the fiber benefit is incredible. So that's it. Really, really simple. And again, try and get your fiber from real food sources. Okay. Metamucil, oh my gosh, this stuff is terrible. And FiberCon, it's a pill. And I'm not against pills. I'm just about trying to eat more whole foods, eat more real foods. Do the best you can on that. Make sense? So any questions before I sign off? It's going to be a little bit early today. Ali, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Wayne, any questions? Kathleen, any questions? How do y'all think you're doing on your fiber? Pretty good? So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I just want to close by saying that the fall enrollment for my 90-day program for women to help them lose weight, eat more healthy, eat more balanced, balance the hormones, just make you feel better, improve your body composition. That 90-day signature program, we're open right now for fall enrollment. So if you are, number one, if you're just getting up in the morning and not feeling good, if you're feeling tired, right? If your eating is very chaotic, right? If you're just have no idea what you're eating, are you getting enough fiber? Are you getting enough protein? If your sleep is off, if you're starting to maybe feel some of the symptoms of the pauses, right? The perimenopause or full-on menopause. The earlier that you start getting a good foundation, right? Of good food, good sleep, good movement, right? Dealing with toxicity, the easier it is for you to get in shape and then have a strong, healthy foundation to last you a lifetime, right? We've all heard the phrase, I think, that sitting is the new smoking, right? We have to be getting in more movement, right? I'm not just talking about going to work out. Today, actually, I had my second Pilates class today. I went this morning early, and then I followed it up with a beautiful 2.5 mile walk around my favorite park, Chastain Park here in Atlanta. And it was just a beautiful kind of strength, flexibility, cardio start to the day, right? And I've already got like 7,000 steps in, and we're just past noontime. Doing great, feeling good. So getting in that movement. So if you're not getting in enough movement, if you're highly stressed, if you're having difficulty concentrating, right? These things, perimenopause, all its associated symptoms, which some of them you probably don't even recognize as symptoms. I've got to do a show on perimenopause next week. That's it. I'm going to do a show on perimenopause. It's so much easier to deal with them now versus later. Because once you hit 50 and you go into menopause, your risk for getting diseases like heart disease, cancer, stroke, all those things, they all go up. This is a fact, right? Our hormones drop. We change how we're getting our estrogen, right? Our risk for life-threatening diseases goes up. And if you don't have a healthy foundation, it's going to make it even more difficult for you. And you want to be around, right? Because in general, we're living longer. I was listening to a podcast on healthy aging, like I like to call pro-aging, this morning, and they were talking about how the new target is living to be 100, right? People in the blue zones across the world they're getting to be 99 and 100. And it's lifespan against health span, right? They should be really close. They should be really overlaid. You don't want longer years, but ended up being sick for 10 of them and not able to do anything. People in blue zones in Japan and Italy and different places, they're getting to be 99 years old, completely healthy. And then, maybe they're in decline for 3 to 6 months and then they pass away. Right. And they pass away truly from old age, not because they got, one of the big three diseases. Right. So if our hormones are starting to change around age 40, and we're living until 75, 80 with the potential to living to 100, that's 60 years of life. How do you want to feel in those 60 years? I want to feel my best, right? 50 and fabulous and beyond. So if you are interested in having a conversation, if you're interested in having one of my slots for fall, please reach out. It's a great time, right? Kids are back to school, whether you've got them still in elementary school, you've got them in high school, or they've gone back to college, right? You're kind of more on a routine. And it's a 90-day program. So September, October, November, boom, you're done. You're rolling into December and you're feeling good. And you can enjoy all the things in December. You've got a whole new baseline of knowledge in terms of food and calories and macros. You've got a whole new set of habits. I mean, it's truly a great time to join. Truly a great time to join. Ali, so I talked about that earlier on the episode. You can catch the replay, but fiber is so good for your digestion, for your gut health, for your heart health, for managing your blood sugar, for keeping you full so that you don't overeat. It's just absolutely tremendous, right? So whole grains, fruits, vegetables, keep the skin on where you can, oatmeal, nuts, all great sources of fiber. There you go. I summed it up in like 30 seconds. So if you're catching this on the replay, put hashtag replay. I thank you so much for joining. Again, 17 days. Let's see, what's today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, 17 days because Monday was a holiday and I didn't go live that I've been doing these lives. And I'm going to do 30 in a row. And then after that, I think I will get on a schedule of 2 times a week. So I just got to pick those days and times. But if you have any topics you'd like me to cover for the rest of this 30-day series, please let me know. As always, I appreciate you joining. If you found value in this episode, please repost it with your thoughts, share it with your network. Let's all get healthier together. And if you haven't checked out my new business page, Shift into Health, please go and follow. All my lives will be posted on that page, as well as my personal profile, but they'll just be easier to find because it will just be the lives. Fiber helps you expel waste. You know it, girl. We talked all about that. Keeping ourselves regular. So have a great day, everybody. Be safe, be healthy, be productive, and send me any questions that you do have. Take care, everyone. Till the next time.